People we meet on vacation review. Why can't all Netflix original rom-coms be this good? Netflix's content library is saturated with a bunch of things, not the least of which is romantic comedies aimed at teen audiences. Although it might sound like just another Netflix new release of the week on paper, People We Meet on Vacation is actually something special thanks to the contributions of a talented director and cast. What is People We Meet on Vacation about? People We Meet on Vacation is based on the popular YA novel by Emily Henry, which follows two unlikely companions who spend 1 week a year together on summer vacation before discovering they may be the one for each other. If this sounds like every other YA romance you've seen, it kind of is, at least at the most basic level, but it does a great job of differentiating itself in other ways. People We Meet on Vacation review. The characters in People We Meet on Vacation are incredibly likable, and that's a big part of why the film works as well as it does. The movie's focus on the small moments rather than big, dramatic beats allows audiences to feel more intimately acquainted with the characters. And while it is certainly skewed more towards the female perspective, her love interest gets more than a few asides on his own that make that character feel fully fleshed out. Another thing that really allows People We Meet on Vacation to stand out from your average Netflix romantic comedy is the incredible chemistry between its two leads. Unlike a lot of rom-com pairings, it never feels like Emily Bader and Tom Blyth were the result of being focus grouped to hell and back. Perhaps the most impressive thing about their chemistry is that it doesn't feel too immediate. They really build up to it over the course of the film, which is something that many romances of the streaming era fail to do. Their performances are also very strong when evaluated independently of one another. Bader is a very likable rom-com lead. Although she doesn't do anything that reinvents the wheel, she carries on the tradition in a way that radiates with undeniable star power. Blyth, on the other hand, is having fun in a way that we've really not seen him do before, but also doesn't feel like something he's above. People We Meet on Vacation also benefits from having a true supporting cast, people who come in, do their job for a scene or two, and disappear. In this way, the movie harkens back to the greats of the genre in the 80s and 90s. Recognizable faces like Lucas Gage, Euphoria, Jamila Jamil, The Good Place, Alan Ruck, Succession, and Molly Shannon, SNL, are incredibly funny for their moments but never steal the thunder of the main duo. The same can be said about director Brett Haley, whose style is completely competent and confident but also not overly flashy. People We Meet on Vacation looks good, lacking the oversaturated sheen that often defines this genre. And while the soundtrack is certainly on the nose, it doesn't feel as nostalgia bait-driven or pandering as many often do. The one thing that holds People We Meet on Vacation back from becoming an instant rom-com classic is that it is simply too long. The movie is nearly 2 hours long, which really tests the limits of the genre, no matter how buoyant the script is. And frankly, given the episodic nature of the storyline, it would have been easy enough to cut 1 or 2 of the sequences to make the film a much tighter 100 minutes. Is People We Meet on Vacation worth watching? Still, compared to most of the rom-coms that Netflix seemingly puts out every other week, People We Meet on Vacation is a breath of fresh air. There is a lot to be said about the merit of hiring an actual director to direct these, as the result will be something that feels like an actual movie. If someone like Brett Haley directed every Netflix romantic comedy, maybe they wouldn't be forgotten so quickly in the endless library of content. People We Meet on Vacation streams on Netflix beginning January 9.